Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. We're here in the UPL F1 League and we're here at the Monza Grand Prix. In qualifying it was all intermediate weather. My advice for you is the first like 15 minutes to fuel the car for like 5-6 laps and try to know more about the grip level, and then at the last 5 or 4 minutes to fuel the car for like 1 or 2 laps and try to go as fast as you can. Obviously here now we have 3 minutes, so I got a chance to do 2 hot laps. My first one it was a good lap. I had provisional pole, but I knew I could go faster. So I will show you this lap. Also, unfortunately, it was invalidated, but it was a much better lap. The first chicane was taken very well, going through the Curva Grande. I was going as fast as I can. As you can see, I was 1/10 up, and here unfortunately I got invalidated. But nonetheless, I continue to see what I can do, going through the Lesmo 1 and then the Lesmo 2, a little bit wide, so this compromised the exit and the straight line speed, but I wanted to know how much I could improve because the guys like Super Guy, Vanquish were behind me, and I was like half a tenth up on the second sector, going through Ascari. And now through the Parabolica, it was taken very well. Overtake mode, and I was 3/10 up on my previous provisional pole, which was beaten immediately by GP1 Fletcher, and I think at the time I was so much upset. To invalidate the lap, it was around 3.5 tenths faster. I was waiting to see how much I was going to drop, and then Super Guy took second place by 1,000 of a second. By 1,000 of a second. So yeah, I had to start at third place. So now, formation lap, I saw that Super Guy started on the soft as me, and I think GP1 Flasher started on the super soft. I needed to pass Super Guy as fast as I could for not hindering my strategy because he was on a slower tire. And now to start, 4 right, 5 red light, and here we go. It was good start. I think Super Guy we had very good start on the soft tires, and I was going to take care very much on the first corner, which we could see that Super Guy missed his braking point and lost his car, but he still managed to still in P3. So from now on I was thinking to keep the pressure on, to try and keep up with Fletcher and pass him. I didn't know what his pace was, so by lap 4 I was behind him, and I was saving fuel, and I think at that point I was a little bit faster than him, and Super Guy was breathing our neck. He was behind us with a soft tire, so I needed to get rid of GP1 Fletcher as fast as I can, because we know we're losing time right now, and Super Guy was on different strategy on slower tires and he was behind us. So going through the main straight, I had a good exit. We're side by side. I think I made the pass here, but yeah, I think Fletcher little bit brake too much, too deep, and now I lose another position to Super Guy because I had my exit compromised. I think the move by Fletcher was a little bit over the limit because he overshot his brake, but yeah, I think now it was about to keep calm, to keep managing your earths, and maybe the other two in front will start fighting out. And you can see how much the fight was intense, you know, Super Guy, Fletcher, and me. This race was awesome. You could see these two guys fighting each other, and I think at the time, at that moment, Fletcher was much slower. We're lapping like in the minute 24. So I think he had tire issue. Also, it's difficult to have that much of tire issue in Monza, but he somehow was struggling more on these tires. And here, as you could see, side by side, Super Guy. I tried to also go into the inside, but I had to brake. And then yeah, Fletcher took the outside and didn't left me any space. So yeah, I know Fletcher is a very defensive driver. He's like the Max Verstappen of league racing. I tried to go in the inside of the second chicane. I had lock up the front and understeer. I think, I don't know, Fletcher was not happy, but I think I didn't do nothing outside of the rules. So again, I had to try and overtake GP1 Fletcher. Now Super Guy is in front and we're losing time. So on the main straight with DRS wide open, overtake mode, I had to make sure that I make the pass stick. I blocked the inside and I made sure he won't come back from the outside. So the pass was made stick. But now on the second Lismo I went wide, and even with Earth's overtake and rich mode, I don't know, Fletcher had that much better exit. I think, don't know what setup he was running, but he was so fast on the straight, as you could have seen before. So now I was so much frustrated, losing time to Super Guy, and we are battling, and I was so much frustrated at the time. So now going through the Parabolica, and you could see that Fletcher had a moment of understeer, so I passed him, and look how much time I was wasting. I was 3 seconds down to Super Guy, and as you could see my pace like around 23, 4, low 23, so we're losing a lot. And by lap 12, as you can see, it was the puck marker. I don't know what he was thinking by blocking the inside, so I decided to pit for a new soft. So yeah, at lap 12 I wanted to see where Fletcher was, and I saw he was on the medium tires. I was so much surprised to see he was on the medium. I thankfully came out in front of him, and from now on it was about doing the fastest laps I could and try to undercut Super Guy. So as you could see, lap 16, Super Guy has pitted and I was in front of him. If you could see on the map, I was thinking and praying that he came out behind the battling Vanquish and I think Fletcher, which he came out behind them, like 6-7 seconds behind me. So I was thinking that he may waste some time. I was happy, but my wish didn't last only half a lap, because as I think GP1 Fletcher, as I saw on the stream, let him pass and then he easily passed Vanquish on the back straight. So from now on, with 10 laps on, I was managing my earth, trying to be as consistent as I can, and hoping that this tire may go off, and as you could see it was like 1.2 seconds faster than me. And then again I was trying to take care of my earths, my fuel, my tires, and hoping that his tires go off and he might not catch me by lap 19. You could see his advantage was going down like half a second, from 1.2 second to half a second a lap, with 8 laps remaining. Right now I was more optimistic that I could hold him off, maybe at the end of the race, but the safety car came out, and actually I had a problem at the time with my throttle pedals. They are coming loose, so I was trying to fix them. So I had to pause the game, thinking that the AI may go with the necessary pace, but I was 5 seconds down, and I had no time to really, because of the virtual safety car was ending. I had no time to really make the time, so you can imagine my frustration, my rage at the time. But all the effort I've done has come to nothing, and Super Guy caught me on a fresh super soft. So yeah, I was so much frustrated, but I had to do everything I can to defend as much as I can to try and win the race and make the life maybe difficult for Super Guy. But he was all over me, and yeah, he caught me sooner than I wished, and on a much better tire than I anticipated, and he had no problem to pass me through the main straight. Now, what can I do? Frustrated, upset. I needed to calm down. I asked Jeff if he had any penalties, and he had no penalties. So if I had to win the race, I want to do it on track. So I was trying to stay like 1 second. Maybe I get DRS, which will be very much beneficial here. With DRS and tow, I can still hold on to the end of the race, where at least my tires and this tire will be more equal. We were pushing so much, as you could see. He had block his tire and block my tire. We were pushing so hard. Obviously he didn't want to give me DRS. I wanted to get DRS. I wanted so much to get DRS. Oh, he had a big mistake in the second chicane, and here I think he lost like 2-3 tenths. And I was getting closer and closer. I think here right now I was thinking, finally I have DRS, and from now on in my head it was game on, because every lap it's going to go to my advantage, because his laps are going to go off, even not so much in Monza, but still it will be a game on, and I knew it's going to be a big and epic last 4 laps. So going through the Parabolica, I was like a second behind Super Guy, trying to get as much as good exit, Earth to overtake mode, rich fuel mix, and you could see how close I could get to him. And then obviously I tried to save even more Earths and fuel. He locked up, almost lose the back end of his car. I had a much better exit, Earth to overtake, rich fuel mix, and I was gaining and gaining. And now we go side by side. I was on the outside, but by then I think the moon was thick. Going through the chicane, I made sure to not get any warning, and then I don't know how we got that exit. It was super exit by Super Guy, and we were pushing so hard, going to the second last man. I went a little bit wide, and then with DRS wide open and Earth to overtake, and you could see how easily I passed him. But to be honest, I think he let me pass. It was a tactical move by him. We were playing like chess game, where to pass, where we pass each other, how to position our car. and through the main straight I think he didn't want to pass me. He wanted to have DRS, and then I was on the outside to get a much better exit, and you could see I was gaining on him, but then he had DRS and I didn't have DRS, so I thought to save earth, to save fuel, and to wait for the second opportunity as he locked up again, and you could see how much he was pushing, a little bit of oversteer. Then again I had a much better exit and he was saving earth. I don't know if he was short on earth, and then on the inside I was on the inside and I braked, and you could see he braked little bit later than me, and look how much respect we had to each other and how much space we gave each other. No silly moves. And then going through the second Lasmo, I almost hit him and locked up again, and as you could see, look how much I was gaining on him, and again he let me pass another time like the lap before. It was tactical move, of course. Then again, look how much close he was behind me. He was all over the back of me. I tried to defy the inside line, but I knew that on the main straight I had no chance. He had also a much better exit than me. I tried to defend the inside line with overtake mode, rich fuel mix, but he flew past me and I couldn't do anything about it. So this is the penultimate lap. It's now every move count. Again, I think he had a good exit this time. I didn't think I will get him, even though I was saving earth at the beginning of the straight, but I was like far behind to do any move. Again he was looking up. It was a good exit by me, but I was still far. I couldn't do anything, and here it's not place to overtake. It's really risky to overtake. Again, DRS wide open, overtake mode, but this time I thought I didn't want to pass him and he was surprised I didn't pass him, but I thought it's pointless to pass him here and then pass me on the back straight or on the main straight. So I thought about keeping up with him, having DRS myself, saving crucial earth in the last lap. It's now everything that counts, every move. This is the last lap, last chance. And I was gaining. I was short on fuel, as you could see, and we were side by side. I was on the outside, braked as late as possible, and I locked up, tried to go from the outside, but he couldn't. But obviously my acceleration was compromised, my exit of the corner was compromised, and he was all over the back of me, and I couldn't defend at this time the inside because he was already on my side. And again he almost loses his back end. So now going through the Lasmo, we have half a lap from the outside. I can't overtake here. Fuel was so critical. I was on low fuel, so I couldn't push as much as I wanted, and I was on lean fuel mix. I had thankfully earth, and I was behind him. And now going through the Ascari to the back straight, it's now or never, overtake mode, rich fuel mix. He defended the inside line and we were side by side going through the Parabolica. I tried to switch back. He tried to close the door. He thankfully let me a little much of space, and here we go, and it was short by 55,000 of seconds. 55,000 of seconds what separated us. And as I've been mentioned by the league owner, it was the closest victory margin in history of the UPL. Yeah, it was an amazing battle, amazing race. I think it was, of course, it was a top 3 race I've ever done in my league career. it was so clean, so fair against a very fast driver, a very talented drivers. So yeah, at the end, to come up with 55,000 of second short, yeah, it's very annoying, but at least the racing was so good. I hope you enjoyed it as well, and see you later with more of these highlights. Take care. Cheers, guys.